Money manifestors, hello and welcome to day 3 of the Money Attraction Challenge. I'm going to jump over here and see the comments, all of you that are joining. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for today. So excited for this time with all of you. Hey, Ashley, good morning, good afternoon, good early morning, wherever you are. Hey, January. Mwah! Morning, good afternoon. It's middle of the day here for us on the East Coast, but wherever you are, I'm just sending love. Like love has no time. All right, guys. Woo! You found it. You're all here. I am so, look at you guys just jumping in and saying hi and loving on each other. I think that's the most amazing thing. So I want us to start off in the highest energy possible. And I want to ask you guys a question. It's day 3 of the challenge, right? We've got 2 more days to go. I know we're not even going to think about it, but I just want to ask you, have you been feeling the energy of this family, of this group, of this experience, this little vortex that we're all in with people from all over the world? There are thousands of you playing this game. Have you been feeling the energy? If you have, it's the vortex, it's the family, it's the community of us that is contributing to that feeling that you're having. So if you are, here's what I just want you to do. Let's just jump on and give some love to the family. Can you type money family, like $ family, because that's what we are. We're all on this journey together. We're all a family now. You're part of our community, our tribe, our little love vortex. I certainly hope you love being loved, because that's what we're all about. If you notice our people, they jump on here every day. They play full out. They engage. They support each other. That's what we're about. And I just want to invite you, if you're feeling that energy, indoctrinate yourself into the family. Go ahead and type money family, $ family. Let's see it. Yes. I love it. Look at you guys. I love it. Camila, she's in the UK. She's like, yeah, we're going to put some pound signs on here. I absolutely love it. Look at all these family members that we have now. Oh my gosh, so excited. So thank you for being here today, for playing full out. And, you know, this is a new experience for so many. How has it been for you to wake up every day? Every day we give you play money. So by the way, if you come across this and you have no idea what's going on, we are part of a 5-day money attraction challenge where every day we get play money. So, right, you get a different amount every day to pretend you had that money and you're going to spend it in the way that we instruct you to spend it. So every day it increases. First day was $800 to spend on yourself. Some people had a little challenge with that. And then we moved on to yesterday was $8,000. Pretend you had $8,000 in overflow and give it away. Today is $80,000 to go on vacation. Oh my gosh. Part of the reason why I do this challenge, I think, is I get to see all the places that you guys want to go. It gives me so many ideas. And then if you watch me, well, I haven't traveled for a while, but if you watch me, I literally go to the most random places across the earth because I've been inspired by you guys. So how did it feel? Does it feel amazing to wake up every day instead of worrying about money, which is what we typically do, expecting money to show up, like having the excitement of, let me see how much play money I have today. Let me see what I'm going to be told to do with this play money. How does it feel? Has your energy been shifting? If that's been happening for you, can you just type yes? Just let me know that you've just been loving it. You know, that's the most important thing to me and our team, is that we've put so much energy, resources, time, love, all of it, so that you guys can have the most amazing experience. I want to know that you all have been loving it. Oh my gosh, look at all the yeses. Yes. I love it. Great. So we have a big day today. We're going to talk about money trauma. And I'm going to get to that in a little bit. I know so many of you, this might be your first time and you've never heard me talk about this, but we have done it in past challenges. And one of the things that I realize as my role as a money mindset mentor is how much people don't realize that this trauma experience is playing out in their life. So I'm going to ask you generously again today, please, and thank you with all my heart. If you know someone who can benefit from just listening to this conversation, because you yourself know you don't know much about money trauma, you think they might not also know much about money trauma, but this is what I want you to think about: the people in your life who you know, they spend a lot of time worrying about money. They're frustrated about their financial situation. They have the best will in the world. They work really hard, and life should be financially better for them, but it's not improving. And you don't know, like, you want to support them, whether it's a family, a friend, a loved one, whatever it might be, a random person that you just observe on Facebook, always complaining about money, whomever it is, could you tag them to this video? Could you literally just tag and say, I really think this video will support you? That's all I'm going to ask you to do. And with all the gratitude in the world, thank you, thank you, thank you. Another thing that you can do is you can invite them to join the Facebook group. That's the name of it on the bottom of the screen, Money Attraction Community. Just type that. You should all be in the group, but just in case, you can type that in Facebook, Money Attraction Community, and just invite them. You literally can invite people to the group. We have to approve them, but you can invite as many people as you want to come into the group. All right. So share this video, invite, let's grow this family. Let's change this entire conversation that we have going on with money. Okay. The moment has arrived when I'm going to choose the winner of the VIP retreat experience. You guys have been so incredible. I think we had close to, if not more than, I haven't looked in a few days, 1,000 people added to our community because of people like you. Like, you all felt that you wanted to be the change in the world that you wish to see. And you were so loving that you weren't just about, you know what, let me enjoy this experience just for me. Let me change me. You were all so generous in sharing this challenge with the people in your lives. I am so grateful and so excited to choose a winner. And if you're watching and someone invited you to this challenge, that's how you got here. You didn't know about me, you didn't know about this challenge, you didn't know about anything, but somebody invited you. Could you just tag that person right now and say, thank you? Because no matter what happens next, this week is going to change your life. Because my intention before I started this was that every single person who watches, listens, plays, participates, that you get something from this week that will change your life forever. And I'm a pretty powerful manifester. So I know no matter what, because you're part of this, your life is going to be changed. And I would encourage you to give back to the person who took the time to invite you and just tell them thank you. So can you go ahead and tag that person right now and just say thank you? That would be amazing. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So with that, here we go. And the winner of the VIP retreat experience with me, who wants it? Who wants to be that winner? If you invited even just one person, we had a whole list of people. We narrowed it. I had, them pick 10 randomly. I said, send me the list. I laughed my head off when I saw the list, but I honored it. I put the 10 names in here. And now here we go. Here we go. Oops, I got 2. Nope, I'm going to choose again. Just 1. Okay, here we go. And the winner is Laura. I hope I'm saying this right, Laura. Please love me anyway. Laura Condon. I think that's how you say it. LoraCondon. You are the winner. Can you guys see that? Yay! Congrats. I'm going to be reaching out to you. Me or someone on the team will reach out to you, and we are going to schedule, my love, the VIP retreat with me and you. And thank you to everyone that played and gave yourself a chance to win. I promise I'll do this again because obviously you loved it and so did I. All right. So that's that. All the technical stuff out of the way. One last thing, by the way. I spent my $80,000. There you go. And I wanted to explain, if you have the tracker, the evidence section is every day you're going to look for proof that money is showing up for you, because that's the other thing. We spend all of our time saying, I don't have enough money, but you miss the way that money shows up. So on day one, I found a penny. That was my evidence, because in my world, everybody that knows me know, when I find a penny, it means the universe is trying to say, Tasha, here's evidence of $1 million coming your way. When I find 25 cents, you better watch out. The entire world is going to know I just got evidence of $25 million. So it's as simple as that. Did you get coupons in the mail this week? Did you get an unexpected check? Did you look in your bank and there was a refund? Did somebody just give you money? Did somebody take you to lunch? Did somebody buy you coffee? Like, there's so many ways that money is showing up for you. And that's what the evidence tracker is all about. Pay attention, because when you pay attention, you give yourself the opportunity to express gratitude, which allows you to receive more. All right. So that's our tracker. That's what we did. And hey, you guys, I need some pictures. If you've already posted how you spent your $80,000 on vacation, go back into the community. Let me put that up here again. Go back to the community. You're probably not going to find your post, but just go underneath the image where we said, how did you spend your money? Put some pictures. Everybody typed out what they would do. That doesn't inspire me. I want to see your pictures. I want to see where these places look like that you're going. So jump back over there in the community, post a picture. Inspire us all. Let's just be inspired about all the places across the world that we're going to go. All right, let's go. Let's talk about money trauma, how it's playing out in your life and in your bank account and your relationship with money. And you might not even know it. Now, those of you that know me would know that this entire, extravagance that's going on today is way outside my comfort zone. I was very intentional in choosing all this sparkle, brightness, purple, gold, because what we're about to do today, I am going to require you to think of me as the light. Because we're going to go to some places in your consciousness that might not be filled with a lot of light. But I want you to know that I'm there with you. You are safe. You have full permission to be open and honest with yourself, to release whatever comes up, because it might be very emotional. You've never realized this before. But more than anything, I just want you to look at me, look at my eyes, feel the love that I'm sending your way, and know that you are safe. As we go into this experience, I got you. All right? I hope you're feeling the love. I hope you feel safe. I'm going to talk about money trauma, and I'm going to define what is a traumatic experience, because many people, you don't think of trauma and money, right? It's usually PTSD with people who've had, really serious, like wartime experiences, or firefighters, or things like that. And you've probably never thought that you might have some trauma related to money. So I think a great place to start is the definition of trauma. And I'm going to give credit where it's due. When we've talked about this before, we have had our resident trauma expert, Michelle Rosenthal, come on. And Michelle said it best. A traumatic experience is anything that left you feeling less than great. Anything that left you feeling less than great means you've had an experience that was traumatic, right? Because feeling great is your birthright. If it's less than great, that's not what you were brought here to experience. And so experiences like those can be associated with trauma. So I'm going to start there, and I'm going to give you a list of 13 traumatic experiences that I have in mentoring clients over the years come to realize that in one way or the other, they've had these experiences. Now, here's what I want you to do. As I list the experiences, I want you to type which one of the numbers are associated with you. So when I say number 1, as I explain it, if that's you, go ahead and type 1. And as I keep going, you're going to type the number of every single one that's associated with experiences you've had. All right. I trust that you guys got that. Here we go. Trauma number 1. Have you ever had a painful experience in your life that involved money? This is an experience that left you feeling sad, hurt, angry, confused. And it really, when you look back at it, you had those feelings. But when the central point of that experience was money related. This might be observing your family fights, like your parents fighting over money. It might be getting a divorce. Like imagine you've been married to someone for forever and now the love is gone and the painful conversation is around money. Or maybe you got to the divorce because of money. Have you ever had an experience, it hurt you to the core and money was involved? That is trauma experience number 1. If that's you, go ahead and type number 1. Now, remember, I know you might feel emotional as I'm telling you this, and there's a reason why. Because right now inside, your energy field, your emotions, your body is going, oh my God, that's what it's been. And it's okay to feel those feelings. It's okay to feel them and to release them and to give yourself permission to acknowledge it. Right? Number 2, someone controlled you or manipulated you and money was involved. Someone controlled you at some point in your life and they manipulated you and money was involved. For many people, this is usually an experience that happens in their career. And especially with women, it's one of the traumas that many of us have experienced where it's just been like, oh, no, you can't get the raise. You don't deserve it. You're not getting this job. You're not getting that pay, whatever it is. And you're being manipulated and you're being controlled. And it's involving money. It also happens a lot in marriages. Sadly, but true, there are a lot of women right now who are not living the lives they're meant to, who have no control over their lives. And money is what's being used as the controller, the manipulator. All right. Number 2, I see a lot of number 2s. We're going to move on to number 3. Family approval linked to money. One of our clients and a family member, I'm not going to say your name, but we've had a conversation. This is number 3. And she said, I don't think my mom will love me and I will feel loved by my mom until I'm financially successful, until my mom can feel like I've achieved the level of success that my mom wants for me. If that's you, that's number 3. Family approval. For many people, especially, again, women or men, we've got that father figure that it's like, what have you done with your life? Right? And you just always walk around with that sense of they're not loving me. It's not even approval as much as it's probably love, not feeling loved. And you know that there's some judgment there related to money. That's number 3. Number 4. You feel inferior or inadequate because of money. I call this the comparison syndrome. And if you ever want to feel this particular money trauma, just jump on Facebook and watch everybody else's life. And then I promise you in 2 minutes, you feel this probably every single day that you're on social media. Looks like they're so much more successful. Look like they have so much ease with money. What's wrong with me? Oh my gosh, I'm not as good as them. I'm not as whatever it might be, right? I promise you, every single one of you watching, unless you are enlightened, because this happens to even me, and I teach this, you have that moment where your little ego goes, yep, not doing as well as them, and you go into comparison, you feel inadequate, and what you don't realize is you're putting yourself in a traumatic experience in that moment. So that's number 4. Number 5, you feel the feeling, oh my gosh, I promised myself I'm going to get through this without crying today. You feel the feeling of it's like being a prisoner. You're burdened. You feel trapped. You feel like you're making decisions to stay in a situation, or you've stayed because of money, and that prisoner feeling, you know what I'm talking about, right? For many of us, we get this from debt. We get this from owing other people money. That feeling of, oh my God, I can never crawl out from under this. And it just feels like there's a ton on top of me every day I go into life experiences. That's number 5, trauma. Number 6, you've somehow in your life felt excluded because of money. And this is probably more so for women. When we go into social settings, it's like, oh, all the haves are on one side of the room and the have-nots are on the other side. But this happens in our family too. The wealthy part of the family, they all get together and they don't invite you because you can't afford the trip, or whatever it might be. However that exclusion shows up for you, where you're just sitting there feeling excluded in any way, that is number 6. And again, a traumatic experience for you. Number 7, here we go. Just hang tight with me. Remember, I am the light. I am with you. I'm holding space for you in this experience. I know this is not easy, but we need to do this. Number 7, you've made money choices that you deeply regret. You spend all your time in this regret of what you've done in the past with money. I woulda, shoulda. I should not have done that. I should have known better. My money is all gone. Whatever it might be, I should have been smarter than that. I'm so stupid. Whatever it might be, that's number 7. Any major regrets with money, number 7. All right. Number 8. Oh my gosh. You've watched love and harmony disappear over money. This happens a lot when we've had this is the saddest thing of all. Someone in your family that you love passes away. You're dealing with the grief of that. And now you have all the other people left that you've all gotten along just fine, right? The siblings, the family members, everybody loves everybody. And then the will gets read. And now all these people that were so loving have now become the darkest, meanest, most aggressive people in your life. That's number 8. It might be that situation that I described, or something else where maybe it's with your siblings, you're all so loving, but somebody borrowed money, or somebody, you know how that goes. Like you try to help each other out and now you're not talking, and that love feels like it's gone because of money. That is number 8. Number 9, choices in life. You've made some choices at some point in your life that you feel guilty or ashamed of, and you made them because of money. Like you're ashamed of what you did. You feel guilty about what you did. You feel really bad about it. But the bottom line is, why did you do it? Because of money. That's number 9. Number 10, at some point in your life, maybe you had lots of money. Maybe it wasn't you specifically, but your family had lots of money. Maybe it wasn't even a lot, but it was enough. You felt safe. You had a period where you just felt safe financially. Whatever it might be, the bottom line is you lost it. You lost it. And that experience is traumatic because money creates safety. Those of you that study the chakras, our foundation is safety. And having financial safety is key. So if there was a point where you lost that feeling of safety, just imagine a child wandering, lost, with no parent, no protection, no support, no nothing, all alone. How scary that might feel. That's what you felt, and that's traumatic. So that's number 10. Number 11, you have felt shamed over money. This happens where people go, why do you want more money? What's wrong with you? You're so greedy. This is especially true in people who are very religious. And there's a particular religious sect that really make people feel guilty about wanting more money. So here you are, you're tied between your religious and spiritual beliefs, which are really strong for us humans, and this desire you have for money, and you're being told it's wrong, you're bad, you're a sinner. You're a sinner for wanting that. You're so greedy. Now you spend your time in the constant battle between what you want to do that you think is right and these desires that you can't get rid of because you really want the money, but you're made to feel ashamed for wanting it. You know, one of my traumatic experiences with this was when I had a business idea and I went to my husband and he said, "You're crazy. You're crazy. You've lost your mind." I felt so embarrassed and stupid. Right? This is the man that should be loving and supporting me. You best believe I had trauma. Right? So that's number 11. Number 12, you've had difficult life experiences where you had to suffer or struggle because of money. And you know what? No shame, no wrong to you, but you got angry at money. You got resentful. It's like, I can never have enough to just get by. I hate this feeling of just scraping, sacrificing, getting so little. Like, I hate it. I hate feeling this hardship. And the only reason everything else in my life is great. I'm loved. I have amazing friends. I've got so many wonderful things happening, but I'm having this hardship in my life, and it's because of money. That's number 12. And then the last and probably the most brutal one. You feel like you failed, or you feel like you're not where you should be right now financially. You feel like you failed financially, or you're not where you should be, and you think about this all the time. It sits in the bottom of your stomach. It's constantly on your mind. It causes you so much grief. That, my friends, is traumatic. And so those are the 13 different experiences related to money that I've identified most people have gone through. Now, I want you to just type and tell me. I know every single one of you have at least one. But just tell me, put in the comments, if you're shocked that these experiences were A, traumatic, or B, that you have so many of them. I just want you to write the word. I want you to literally type, I see. I want you to type, I see. Remember my commitment to you at the start of this challenge? Awareness. I just want you to understand why it's been so hard for you. I want you to understand why you can stop making yourself wrong, why you can stop being in these experiences, why you're doing everything in your power. God bless you. You're doing everything, but you've had trauma related to money. And here's what happens when you've had trauma. You give the burden of the trauma to money. And so you're going about in this toss up in your life where on one end you're like, I want more money so my life can be better, easier, more fulfilling, so I can, feel safe and leave a legacy for my kids and whatever it is, why ever you want money to do more good in the world. But then over here is these traumatic experiences. And you know what? It brings you down because no matter what, this trauma is stronger than your desire. And so the trauma is going, no, thank you. I don't want to have any possibility of having an experience with money like I've had ever again. Do you see? You hear how slow I'm going today? Because if you know me, you know I get super excited and I talk fast. I'm going so slow today because I really want you to understand this. And if you're feeling deeply emotional right now, that is the way you should feel. Because literally, I just took a weight off of you. I just gave you the awareness of what's going on and why it feels so difficult sometimes with money. And maybe you have just enough and maybe you have a good amount. But some people, you know, they'll have all the money in the world and they still can't enjoy it because of these trauma. Right? So I see all of you guys. I'm not going to be able to pull this over because it's going to take me off track today, but I just want you to see. Now, here's two things I want you to know right now. Hear me carefully. These things were just experiences. They were just experiences, right? And number two, you have to type this. You have to all type this because you have to get it to your core. It's not money's fault. It is not money's fault. Half the time, truth be told, there were other people involved, right? And in their own hurt, they hurt. But money is pure energy. It's in our lives to create abundance. Money is just an energy. It has no good or bad except what we give to it. And what happened is when we had these traumatic experiences, we blamed money, right? We blamed money and we made it wrong. And so here's what I want you to know. You need to type that. It is not money's fault. And then the other thing is this. As of this moment, you will no longer identify yourself as the woman or the man whose identity is tied to that trauma. It stops today. Because what happens is we make that our identity. I'm the woman who filed for bankruptcy and therefore I can't be trusted with lots of money, right? I had to release that identity. I'm the woman who, oh my God, how could I have put my family in this situation? I have to release that identity. Oh my God, my husband does not think that the value that I bring to our family cannot fit in an Excel spreadsheet when he does the budget. That me as a mom, a wife, and as a woman, that it can't go in Excel. And therefore, that's my value and my worth. I've had to release that identity. That is not me. It's not who I am. Right? And I had to let it go because what happened was I would have blamed money. And even though I would walk out in the world and work my behind off to make money because I want a great life, if I didn't release that identity, I would still be here struggling financially because I would want nothing to do with the thing that caused the man I was married to say I have no value. Do you understand what this is doing in your lives? Now, I want to read something to you. Oh, look at the time. I don't know where the time goes, I swear. But just be patient with me. This is, you need this, right? So I hope that you have the time. This was in one of my daily readings that I read every morning. It's Around the World by Emmett Fox. Those of you in my world, you know this. But, 2 days ago on the 23rd, what day is today? So this was yesterday. Talk about just getting divine downloads for you. It says, there's an antidote of the far west that carries a wonderful lesson. It appears that a party of hunters, being called away from their camp, left the campfire unattended with a kettle of boiling water in it. Presently, an old bear out of the woods comes along and sees the kettle dancing about on top. Promptly, he seizes the kettle. So the bear grabs the kettle with the boiling water. The boiling water scalded him badly, but instead of dropping the kettle, listen to this, you guys, in the context of your money trauma. Instead of dropping the kettle, instantly, he proceeded to hug it tightly. This being a bear's idea of defense. This is what we've done with our trauma. We've said, I had this experience. It was so awful. It hurts. It's bad. But I'm going to create a defense mechanism now. And I'm going to say, I want nothing more to do with money, right? That's what happens. It says, of course, the tighter he hugged it, the more it burned him. The tighter you hold on to this trauma, is more pain you're in, is more suffering and struggling you have with money, right? The more the tighter he hugged it, and so on in a vicious cycle to the undoing of the bear, to the undoing of the bear. This illustrates perfectly the way in which many people hug their difficulties. And I would say you hug the identity of the traumatic experiences. You hug it. You say, this is now who I am. It's burning you. It hurts. But you have just been so committed to staying safe that you don't even know any better. And so here's the question. I showed you this, by the way. I'm never going to be a preschool teacher because I'm not great at making things look amazing in this way. But what I am great at is changing your life. So here we go. This is your current identity, right? Right there in the middle. That's you as the bear holding on to the kettle. That's your current identity. How do you get a new identity? How do you get out of it? You don't have the tools to drop the kettle, or you would have done it a long time ago, right? So the new identity, the new you without the kettle, the new you releasing yourself from the identity of these traumatic money experiences, that's where your new life exists. And it's outside of the current identity that you have. But I'm going to be very honest with you. You're holding on to the kettle. If you knew how to let it go, you would have done that already, right? So right now, I want you to just ask yourself, how much longer do I want to do this? How much longer? If I knew how to let it go on my own, I would have done it already. Nobody wants to be in that kind of pain. If you knew how to do it by yourself, you would have done it. So I'm going to just ask you, if you are listening, this is my call of action to you. If you know it's time to let go of this, and you know you don't know how, and you know you need some support, then I want to invite you to join me and someone on my team on a call. I was so incredibly grateful to get on calls yesterday with so many of you. It was incredible to hear from you. And you know what touched my heart was those of you that said, Tasha, when you said, who supports me? I realized I have no support. No one's filling you up. No one's helping you to drop the kettle. You're doing it for everybody else, but no one is doing it for you. Well, it's your time to get that support. It's your time to be shown how to live the life of ease and grace and abundance. So if that's you, I'm going to invite you to type the word support. Do not type it, please, if you've already done that and you have an appointment booked with us. This is only for people. Let me put this up here so you know. This is only for people who have not yet scheduled some time for us to talk so we can tell you how we're going to change your life, how we're going to take you out of the situation that you're in and into the reality that you desire. If that is you and you have not yet booked the time and this is the other criteria, and I'm really just being open-hearted with you, right? Because I know what it's like to hold on to that kettle every day of your life. I know how it feels. I'm feeling it right now from the memory of it in the pit of my stomach. I don't want any of you to have that for another second. But only if you know it hurts too bad, Tasha. It's too hard. I'm done. I am done. And you're ready to invest in yourself and you're ready to do exactly what I tell you to do. If that's you, then type support and book an appointment. If it's not you, for whatever reason, this is not the time that you're able to invest in yourself or you're not ready to do the work, that is okay. That is okay. Honor that, right? But if you know that's you, then type the word support. Let's get on a call. Let's talk about changing your life. Because these traumas, no one should have to live another second with them. Now, we've talked about them. I've brought them up for you. But tonight at 6 p.m., I'm bringing on two healers, two incredible healers that are going to be here to give you two different ways that you can begin to heal these traumas on your own, because that's my gift to you. And those of you that come and continue the journey with us after these 5 days are over, you continue the journey for 120 days with me showing you day by day exactly what you need to do. So you're not trying to figure it out. Me showing you exactly what you need to do to change your life. Then those people who take that step, you're going to have these two healers continue the journey and do more training with you to continue healing these traumas, because it's not a one and done. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not. We're going to start tonight, but I want you to continue to get support. All right. So I'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. for that. Now, 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you are on the West Coast, that's 3 p.m. If you're in the UK, that's 11 p.m. You guys will have to stay up a little bit late, but I promise we will share the replay. Now, as you know, one of the things I do every single day on this call is I bring people who have gone through our program and their experience in the program was relevant to what I'm talking about today. Now, this woman that I'm going to bring on, you have to help me to not cry and probably help her to not cry, because we love each other so damn much that it is just ridiculous. And everybody that knows her loves her. But, she doesn't know that she sent me a message, which I printed, and it is on my manifested board for my business, because this is the way I feel about everyone in our family. And this is the way I want them to feel about me. And she said, Tasha Powell Chen, I love you immensely. I'm so grateful for you. The guest pastor on Sunday said, your gift will make room for you, but your love will make you memorable. I teared up because you immediately came to mind. It's your love and the way you love others that makes you memorable. Sending you all the hugs and love. Now, what's beautiful about this message is Lisa thought she was sending me something to let me know how she feels about me. What's interesting is this is exactly the way I feel about her, and the way I know everybody that knows her feels about her. I was given the opportunity to be in her life when she did this challenge, just like you're doing the challenge a few months ago, and joined and continued in our program, which you're being invited to right now. Those of you that know you're ready and you've typed support, and we're going to talk and enroll you into our program. Lisa did it. During the time that Lisa was in the program, she lost, I believe, 3 family members, right? But she came in, and what really inspired Lisa, what moved her, was this conversation about trauma, because she didn't realize that she was walking around with this trauma. So I'm going to invite her on. Can you just love her? Like, love her like, girl.
Hi. I'm such a crier. You guys can tell. Like, my eyes are red.
I promise not to cry, and you promise not to cry. We're going to get through this.
Okay.
Lisa, can you I'm just turning this all over to you. Girl, just talk from your heart. Like, right now, you remember hearing this conversation about money trauma, never hearing about it before. And just kind of share with people, where you were, what happened to you when you heard it, what you decided to do, because we gave you an invitation to join the program for us to show you how to change your life, right? And you were in a situation where truthfully, you're like, I don't even know how I'm going to do this. I just know I have to. Mm-hmm. So, there's so many people that are feeling what you felt. They're thinking what you were thinking. And if you can just share that experience with them, and then what's happened to you in the time since you've been in the program.
Yes. So first of all, I see all of the comments, you guys, and I want you to know that I'm holding space for you, and I totally get it. You are safe. You are in a safe space. So I remember I was sitting in my home office at that time, and some of the things that I felt were discouraged. I felt like there has to be a different way. This is before I started the challenge. And so I remember we got to this day where Tasha's talking about money challenge, and she
Money traumas. Money traumas.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Money traumas. And I remember sitting there and I started weeping after she said like 2 statements, or even before she finished them, because sometimes we're sitting there and we're looking for answers and we don't know where they're going to come from. And so when she started talking, I was like, oh my gosh, like finally there's an answer. There's an awareness to all of this that I am carrying around. And so when I was listening to money traumas, the ones that stood out to me the most, I have them right there, is that feeling of being inferior or inadequate because I didn't have the money. The other one that was really strong, you currently have to stay in a situation that you do not want to be in because of money. That one was the biggest one for me. And it wasn't just the bills. I was literally barely getting paycheck to paycheck, but there were these outside situations and outside of the bills that I'm like, I do not want to stay here. And I just need to be free. The next one was I made some choices that I wasn't proud of because of money. And then lastly, I felt like I had failed. I wasn't where I wanted to be financially. And at my age and in my situation, I felt like I should be in a certain place. And so when Tasha brought that awareness up, I literally felt this big rush and this big relief and this sigh. I'm like, oh my gosh, like finally, there's an answer. And so when I was extended the invitation, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I had no idea how I was going to pay for it. Like zero. We were in the middle of a pandemic. So me really going out and trying to figure out like, where, getting an extra job, all of this stuff, like that was not an option because we were in the middle of a pandemic. But I could not stay where I was. And I felt like it was literally my last hope.
Wow.
And so if any of you guys listen to Bob Proctor and you know his story, he said something. His mentor came to him. He said, I want you to do exactly what I say until you figure out I'm lying or you figure out I don't know what I'm talking about. That's what came to my mind. And I said, I'm just going to do exactly what she says until I figure out she's lying or she doesn't know what she's talking about. And I can assure you, she does not lie. And she does know exactly what she's talking about. And so I signed up, and you guys, I promise, like clockwork, not picking up an extra job. And I'm not saying that will be your situation, but for me, in the middle of a pandemic, it came every single month like clockwork. Even after I did the 5-day challenge, like manifested $5,000. Crazy. I said yes to the
challenge. 5-day challenge. She manifested $5,000. I like, let's go.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, like, oh my God.
Let's keep going. Right? Let's keep going.
And so I signed up for this journey. And I just decided I was going to follow instructions. Like I said, I was going to play full out. Whatever she said do, I was going to do. I wasn't going to allow my brain to think about it, question it, not saying that thoughts didn't come. But I'm like, what did you commit to? To doing exactly what she says until she figure out it don't work. She doesn't know what she's talking about. And so I did that. So you guys, in a period of 120 days, Tasha told you I lost 3 family members. And I did in the middle of this, the hardest time in my life. I want to talk about the friendship, okay? Because you're around like-minded people who are going after the same thing. I said I wanted friends all over the world, and I wanted to be like out of the country in December. And I would have been that way with one of the friends that I met in the program, sitting in Germany, beautiful Germany in December. But COVID decided that wasn't happening, but we'll still work on it. But the friendships, like genuine love and support that I received in this program, divine appointment from Tasha, from Diane, from the women that were along this journey with me. It's just, I can't even describe it. And then also, you guys, to go in the 5-day challenge, you know how Tasha has us post these pictures? I posted the pictures of a white Mercedes that I wanted, right? And so I'm in the program, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm like visualizing. Who manifests a white Mercedes? Moi. Who manifests a luxury appointment? Moi. Like, I'm like, how in 120 days do I go from literally feeling like a prisoner for so many reasons? In a period of 120 days, I manifest the life that I desire.
How about the $10,000 a month that you wanted?
Oh, okay. So yes, and also I set a goal for 10K a month. Hit that goal. I was like blown away. I'm like typing to my friends because they are my friends, and if you notice, they're all in the comments, living their best life. Oh, so amazing and supportive. Yes, 10K a month. Did that probably? Well, I did that more than once. Like, you guys. My life is amazing. I literally got back from a trip on Sunday and was laying in the bed, and tears started streaming down my face. Because I'm like, my life holistically looks nothing like it did this time last year. And I'm so grateful for that. And I know some of you are like, oh, I've done programs, Lisa, blah, blah, blah. This is different. There is nothing like the support, nothing like the resources or anything else out there. I've done other programs, and they were good, I guess, for that season and place, but this is totally different. So I want to tell you guys, if you are on the fence, if you're worried about how, let go of the how, just and trust. Like, that was one big thing I could tell you too. Like, one of my biggest big breakthroughs, outside of the physical stuff, outside of the money, was I let go of the how. And once I let go of it had to come this way, it just started like coming in all kinds of ways. So, and easy and relaxed. Remember, I told you in the beginning, I didn't really want to work hard. I'm like, I don't want to work hard for this. There has to be a better way. And so Tasha teaches you the better way.
Lisa, girl, you don't know the work it's taken for me right now to not mess up this makeup and be a total crying mess. But you know what? When I do this challenge, I set an intention. I pray and I say, God, use me. Right now, there are people who are praying. They have never met me, but they're praying. There's got to be a better way. I need somebody to show me how. God, just help me. There's got to be another way. And somebody else knows how to do this.
Right.
The person is sincere. They've done it themselves. They're here with their whole heart. And I said, God, you know me and you know my heart. My desire is use me. Just bring me to those people and speak through me what they need to hear so that they can do this one thing. Stop trying to do it on your own. Right. Stop agreeing that it has to be difficult. Right. Stop identifying with the trauma and the limiting beliefs and the deservingness issues. And just, I pray, if you are one of those people that God assigned to me and you know it and you feel it, the only way we can take that next step is you now have to say, I am ready. And the mechanism for doing that is to just type the word support. Just listen to the word. Just, Tasha, give me just show me. I love people that say, Tasha, just tell me exactly what to do and I will do it. Lisa didn't know how she was going to get through the program, but you know what? Her commitment to changing her life was bigger than her willingness to stay stuck in the limitation of I can't afford it. Right? That's the people I want. Those people who your willingness to change your life. If you make a decision that you're going to do something, the universe is infinite. The universe's bank account is infinite with supporting you in the decision, but you have to make the decision to continue. So, Lisa, I just want to say kudos to you. I can't wait for us to be in Costa Rica. Right? Part of our family, like we have, you guys will all hear about it, those of you that join our family, but just want to say that I'm going to get to meet Lisa in person in Costa Rica when we go on our retreat, and I absolutely cannot freaking wait to hug you, and we're going to cry. We know, but so be it. Oh, thank you. And you know what, Lisa, is there any, as I'm going to put something up on the screen, and is there anything else that you could think of that you might want to say to those watching who are like, well, those programs always work for everybody else, but not me?
You know, I literally just trust the process, because I was at a point where I was like, everything that I've done so far has not gotten me where I wanted to be. This I made, and I also made a decision in my mind. I said, this has to work. That was the other thing. I'm like, it has to work. I'm going to do everything that I'm supposed to do, and it has to work, because I felt the pull and the draw. And so I'm laughing because I don't think I've ever told you this. Like, I saw the Money Attraction Challenge 3 times. I'm like, oh, that's another one of those programs. But I had asked for an answer. I had asked for a solution to where I was. And there was this draw and this pull to you. And so I was like, I'm going to play in this 5-day challenge. So glad that I said, yes, it will work. You get to decide. That's one of Tasha's biggest things. You decide, but just play full out, you guys. Like, sincerely trust the process and watch your life holistically change. And when I say holistically, I mean, yes, we're talking about money. But when I tell you my relationships, my spiritual life, my health, all of those things are better because of this journey that I went on for 120 days. Like, everything's better, you guys. It's not just about the money. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my life, and I love money.
And we love money. We have to call that out. We do, because money makes life a lot better.
Yes. And if you're super serious about money too, you guys, have some fun. I mean, that was one thing I told Tasha. I was always so uptight and always serious. And I started having fun, and the more fun I had,
the more money you made.
Yeah.
Oh, Lisa, thank you for being on. And I know somebody watching this got some wisdom, some insight, some breakthrough from hearing Lisa's testimony. Can you all just give her some love? She's amazing. I know you all do too. And if you've been typing support and you're not getting a message from me in Facebook Messenger, then you can also go to this website to book a call with me, helpmegetrich.com. It's on the bottom of the screen. That's another way. If you don't have Messenger, that's another way that you can go ahead and click to book the time. Hundreds of people have made appointments with us. I just want to be honest with you. Hundreds of people. I want to work with the people like Lisa. You're ready. You're done. Enough. You've been praying. Here's your answer, and you know it. If you know it and you're ready, please book a call. Come be part of our family. Let's continue after these 5 days for 120 days together. I'm looking forward to serving you, supporting you, and being on here with you, crying my eyes out next time we have a challenge. Mwah! Bye, you guys. I'll see you at 6 p.m. tonight when we have those 2 healers. So 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, back here. Thank you, Lisa. I love you.
Love you.
All right, guys. Bye-bye. See you tonight at 6 p.m.